I'm down to business now. I'm building from the ground up. Don't forget this day.
You know, it's kind of like what I told Ben Bateman. You want to be a winner, you want to come and get championships, you come to the dungeon.
The draft. Friday, it all goes down. The remaining 9 players will be put onto the faction, and we will get 12 players.
So I'm looking forward to the people we bring in under the tutelage of a 6-time manager of the year.
I was just thinking about the draft with all those other managers.
Get your hands out of my cookie jar. There's plenty of talent for the rest of you. Don't test me.
5 p.m. Do not miss it. New stars will be born.
We gonna ride next year.
Happy hunting, nerds, just not on my property.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live. It is the Schmoedown Entertainment Network. I'm Kristian Harloff, and happy Tuesday to everybody. It's nice to see you. Nice to hear from you. All that jazz. What a show we got today. The one and only manager of the stars, Roxy Striar, is here getting ready for that draft, Rox.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping at all.
Very Drew Barrymore today. I like it. Roxy loves when I say that. So Ryan Nilsen,
what's going on, y'all?
How are you?
I'm doing well. I ran in the rain today. Started pouring.
Nice.
Right as I got outside.
It's supposed to really rain a lot tomorrow, so there you go. There's that. Alex Marzona, who's been back in full force since we brought him back. Alex been kicking ace.
Oh, thank you, Kristian. Thank you.
Good to have you. Brett Sheridan, he's here. So it's good to see Brett. Nice, whatever.
You can do my intro from now on. You do it better.
Yeah, he's here.
He's here.
He's here. You know, he's doing things. Hey, listen, I'm really excited. I mean, I love all our sponsors.
Sorry,
and
I didn't quite catch that.
well, that's okay. It's fine. Yeah, I'll repeat myself. So I love
all of our sponsors.
I do love all our sponsors. I'm a big fan of all of our sponsors, obviously, for the reason that they're sponsors, and I really like. What I love about this show is when we have the opportunity of certain things. Like there's been things that have come across, and you go, no, it's not for our audience. That doesn't really work. I don't necessarily love the product. I don't want to lie about it. And then we get these ones that we love. And I had heard about this app, Stereo, that was coming on board, and the reason why I really liked the idea of it first before I even tried it was that we could be really interactive with our fans. And so I tried it out yesterday, and Rox, this app is awesome. It is so.
What is it?
So Stereo, it's called Stereo. It's a free live broadcast social platform. It enables people to have real conversations in real time. So yesterday I just went on to do like a little morning radio kind of podcast. I'm going to be doing one every day at 12, right after this show. And it's like a little. I was talking about Kong, Godzilla, and everything too. But you can send in. If you're fans, you can send in voice questions. So I had all these fans sending in these voice questions, and I play them on the show. And every question was just about the draft, which I love, obviously. But it allows podcast creators to build a more intimate relationship with the fan base. You can engage with them in direct conversations. The listeners can record a question and send it directly to you, which is great. You can share something about what you're doing, and you can let the app. The app's great. You can share the content. All you have to do is if you go and follow me over there at Kristian Harloff, and the app is so new that if we're able to get more and more people listening to it, I think, you know, if you got involved in TikTok first, or if you got involved in Instagram first, I feel like this is one of those apps because it just is so like we've built Schmoeville off of interacting with fans. And it's such an this Facebook group, obviously, but this was really fun. It was cool yesterday to be able to actually hear some of the voices from a lot of the people that comment on this show all the time. So go on over to Stereo right now. Just go to the App Store. It's free. Stereo.com, and look for me, Kristian Harloff. Get yourself out there. I'm very excited to give you guys a new way to interact with us, which is really cool. You just go over there and check us out. I'm over there. Brett's over there already. We're sure Roxy will get on there too. You download the free Stereo app and select our podcast, and you can connect with us whenever we're live. It's awesome. You can, I'm able to engage with you guys, and you can seek out certain topics. It's a lot of, it's like you're eavesdropping into conversations, which people are very aware that you're listening, but it's about, it's very old school podcasting, which is what I like. It's pretty awesome when you can submit those questions and hear them on the show, and it just keeps it going. We're going to do the Q&A show today. So again, today is 12 o'clock for me, right afterwards, and it's going to be a live chat. And go on over to stereo.com/Kristian Harloff and follow me now. I'm already over like 100. I want to try to, if possible, I'd love to get over 200 by the time this show is over today. So that way I can broadcast to all you guys, and I want to hear your voices. I want to answer your questions, especially with the draft coming up. So head on over to Stereo and check it out. We got a great, it's too bad Movie Man said, I don't have any more space on my phone for any more apps. Get rid of something, because I'm telling you, you guys don't understand. It's not just one of these things. It's like, this is the most that you're going to be able to interact with creators that you love than any other app that I've seen, because it's that thing, Rox, where people loved on Collider Live when you could call in. We don't have that here, because with the app, like, you can ask a bunch of questions and it steers off. And I mean, I want Saul on this app, because Saul's questions are going to be incredible. I got to get Saul in this app for sure. So it's really great. It's really great. So head on over there. Please follow me now so we can get in. There's no fee. You don't pay anything. You just sign up and you go over there. The goal is to try to get as many. I want to get, I think, like right now, the most users, someone had, like, I think the top person had like 1,000 people listening live. We can crush that. So let's kind of over there and join today.
Yeah, more people listening live than the top user. Oh my God, you're really getting into the ground floor. That's cool, Kristian.
You know what I'm saying? I want to try to do that. It's dope. Like, you'll love this app, Rox. You'll really love it. And I think especially, look, YouTube is a great thing. It's the reason why a lot of us have careers. It's the reason why a lot of us are able to connect with you, and it's a platform. But you can't say that it's not overcrowded, and like, there's a lot of different, even TikTok now, overcrowded. It's all these things are overcrowded. And eventually, if it's popular, Stereo will be overcrowded, but right now it's not. And we're getting in now, and you guys should get in now too. So head on over to Stereo. Follow me at Kristian Harloff. It's very easy. It's just my name. Follow me over there. And when I go live, just submit a bunch of questions. And Brett and I are going to do it like as a Flirt and Flouse show, which will be a lot of fun. And we'll have you guys kind of go in there and ask the Flirt and Flouse questions, which will be cool too. So there you go.
And I actually got at Brett Sheridan. It's the first time on any social media platform that I've gotten my own name. So I'm very pleased about this.
Yeah, it's brand new. So like, there's, if you go, I'm sure I'm gonna be looking at my phone right now, and I'm gonna see how many people are right now. We just got a whole bunch of people signing up. So there's about 6 people in the last like 15 seconds. So thank you. So keep going over there. Stereo. Thank you to Steven. Thank you to Corruption Collect. Thank you to Sam, and thank you to Steven and Spencer. So thank you guys for signing up that quick. Everybody's joining right now, and it's Stereo. All right, everybody, let's move on over and let's get to some of these topics. The big topic, which we saw, is, and this isn't necessarily even a news story per se, as much of it was just a topic going around. There's been a lot of rumors that both Quicksilvers, the one from the Fox X-Men universe and the MCU one, which I never actually called him Quicksilver, are going to show up in this series, because this is eventually going to start that parallel universe that we will eventually see, whether it's people from the Spider-Man universe or wherever, it start to play into the Doctor Strange parallel too. So Roxy, do you think this is going to be the first time that we actually see characters from X-Men appear in this, or you think it's just fun fantasy casting that's never going to happen?
First and only, maybe. I don't really know, because we heard those stories 6 months to a year ago about the action figure that was being created that people said looked like Evan Peters. Mm-hmm. So that's, I think, when it started, that people were like, maybe that's going to be who Quicksilver is, which makes no sense, but also fans seem to be very excited about that. myself included. I actually like both actors who play Quicksilver.
Yeah.
I think that there's merit to both, but I do think of the two, it does feel like the Evan Peters Quicksilver caught on with the fans more. So
he also had more to do. He had more movies. So
definitely, yeah, he really did. And so I think if we saw him, they would probably have a lot of explaining to do. But at the same time, it's a comic book show, so no explaining to do because you could do whatever you want. He's Quicksilver, and he's come from a different place, time, land, like whatever. Doesn't really matter. So I do think that there is a world in which we see him. That it sounds like we might, which I would be here for. I just also like the original Pietro, so I'm kind of cool with both of them.
Yeah, what do you think, Alex?
I think it'll be. I don't think Evan Peters will reprise Quicksilver, just because I think Aaron Taylor Johnson has kind of found his niche in like interesting character roles lately. Like he was in Tenet and The King, and he'll be in Outlaw King, and he'll be in The King's Man in a smaller role. So I think he's been doing better work as a smaller role, and he's kind of stepped down from the lead role, kick-ass kind of thing. And so I think it'll make more sense that he'll show up to me, just because it'll take more explaining for Evan Peters Quicksilver to show up.
It's gonna be interesting. I responded to somebody. This is, first of all, I guys spell my name wrong. I just tweeted out our thumbnail. Someone goes, spoiler alert, Kristian, do better. I wrote, ha ha ha, what an idiot.
I also think that good one, Kristian. I also think that
how stupid is that person?
I know. Mark is pointing this out, and I've heard a couple of rumors about this. Mark is saying, I think Evan Peters is playing Tommy, aka Speed. It is very possible, and obviously full spoilers on the most recent WandaVision episode, because that's what we're talking about right now. It's very possible that Evan Peters is in the show and is not Quicksilver and is a different role and has nothing to do with the original X-Men role that he played, and he's coming in and he's going to be one of the two twins as they grow up, and that is just a cool wink wink nod nod. So that would be really fun too. And then in that situation, it's very possible that we get Aaron Taylor Johnson in a flashback and we have both Quicksilvers in the same TV show. So I think they've left the door wide open for a lot of different possibilities. Kristian, remember when we got to talk to him?
Oh wow.
I didn't talk to him.
You weren't there anymore?
When Aaron Taylor Johnson?
You were gone?
I was gone. Yeah, I think you guys did it. It was after I left.
Wow. In my mind, you and I are tag teaming that.
No.
Interview.
No. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
okay. I wasn't.
I've blacked out the days in which you were no longer there. It was only 1 month.
Damn.
I lost my job real fast.
Yeah, it was.
He was great.
We had 2 months, Roxy.
It was. I see it now. It was Mandalorian episode 5. Sam and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah, how was he? Nice.
He was awesome. Yeah, he came in with
his wife.
I'm blanking on her name, Alex, but she's amazing, a director. Sam, thank you. And they are in a relationship, and they're both very talented in their own right. But he was really sweet, and one of those people who wanted to stick around afterwards and just like
that's nice.
was a normal ass dude. So that kind of made me like his role even better. I know that some people were irked by how he was used in the universe and didn't really like that, like Wanda never mourned his loss and we didn't get to see the after effects and the aftermath of all of it. But when he came in, I was like, oh, I want this dude to work on all the shows. He's really cool.
That's awesome. That's good. It's always good to hear. Yeah. All right, listen. So this is a question for you guys, whether or not you want to see that happen at all. Will they bring back Quicksilver at all? I don't know. If they do, are they just going to bring somebody back in a flashback? Are they going to bring somebody back in a combined parallel universe? How do you think it's going to happen if it happens at all? Go ahead and comment and tell us what you think. I think what we're going to do today, and I probably should have said this up top, because we have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk draft stuff, and I don't know how much we're going to do. I think that we're going to do this once a week, and I think today will be the week. We're only going to do Schmoebots today. So we'll do streamlabs.com/Schmoedown if you want anything that you want to add, and anything, Alex, that came in before 1019. If any questions came in before 1019, we'll read those because I didn't tell anybody that we're just going to be doing that. So I don't want people to have put stuff in and we don't get to it. I don't think that's fair. So let's just make a note for yourself. Anything before 1019, anything afterwards, just do Schmoebots today because we have a lot to talk about and I want to make sure that we get to everything. So Schmoebot is on. Make sure you head on over there. Go to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. That's how you get your questions in. And if you want to get more questions in, you can go to Stereo later, stereo.com/Kristian Harloff and head on over there and do that. All right, Alex, what else we got? And there's a lot of people, by the way, right now that are signing up to Stereo and following me right now. There's tons of people now. Thank you guys so much for that. I'm going to check while Alex is telling us the story. I'm going to tell you right now, the goal is to try to get to 200 people following me so we have a good show afterwards. And right now we're at 155.
What are you at right now? What's your
155.
Wow.
Oh, I'm at 156. That's cool.
So let's get to 200.
Little less.
All right, let's go, guys. And remember, once again, streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. Schmoebots only from now until the end of the show. All right, here we go.
I think Kevin Bacon Quicksilver was the only Quicksilver that
I love that you brought that movie up. I think that you and I are the only people on this panel that even have heard of that movie. And you can't answer this because I know you know it, obviously. Have any of you heard of that movie?
No.
Is it literally called Quicksilver?
It's called Quicksilver.
I know the clothing brand, but that's it.
So Brett, name me 2 actors that are in that movie besides Kevin Bacon.
Oh, that I can't do, but I can tell you the synopsis of what it is, I guess.
I have seen that movie more times than I care to admit. I can tell you exactly what that movie's about. He was a stock.
Let me do that part because I don't know.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He was a bike courier, right? For stockbrokers. Is that what he had to do after he lost his job? Was like a bike courier? He was
a stockbroker. It takes place in I think it's like 1985. So like he's a stockbroker. He was top of the world and he had a real bad day. He had a real bad day and he lost it all. And then he becomes like a bike messenger because he gets this kick from riding around in the streets, but there's like this crime ring and all this stuff. So Lawrence Fishburne is in the movie and the girl, you remember who the girl is? Jamie Gertz is.
Come on.
Yeah. It's and Paul Rodriguez is also in this movie. You're absolutely right.
It's a
Paul
five
Rodriguez.
corner.
Absolutely. So that movie is absolutely and I'm going to make sure that PJ writes that. So this is going to be that thing for the players that don't listen to SEN. They could have gotten a 5-pointer had they listened to this episode.
Wow.
Because it's absolutely going to show up.
What's the name of the movie or what's the name of the girl?
And one manager
I don't know
knows.
Yet. I don't know. And only Roxy knows. So she's going to have people studying Quicksilver now.
I just remember on my bike, they do this thing where when they stop at a stoplight, they don't get off their bikes. They kind of reverse their tires and go forward and stuff. And I remember practicing that. And,
I love that movie. I love that movie. All right,
I remember Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, let's get to the next story. Here we go.
Okay, John Boyega and Robert De Niro are attached to star in The Formula for Netflix, which will follow a Formula One racing prodigy who is forced to become a getaway driver to save the only family he has left. Boyega is coming hot off a stellar performance in Small Axe and is hesitant to go into another franchise, saying, "It's kind of like luxury jail sometimes for an actor when you want to do something else." Kristian, do you like Boyega's recent choices of roles, and will you be watching this movie?
I will be watching this movie for sure. And you know the stuff that he's done so far. Yes, I really like John Boyega. I like him as from the way he carries himself in general, and I think he's a really good actor. And I'd like to see him do more stuff where I still think that he obviously has fame and stardom, but I don't think that I think he got more critical clout and from everyone in Attack the Block more so than I think he did in the Star Wars movies. And I don't think that was his fault. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, especially him working with De Niro. So yeah, I'm on board. Let's see a little bit more of what it can be. What do you think, Rox?
Yeah, I agree. And I do like his recent choice of movies. And I think that it's always kind of fun when we watch these people take the Robert Pattinson path where they're in a big blockbuster. Obviously, I'm not comparing Twilight and Star Wars, but I'm just saying like a big cult following. I guess you can't call it a cult following with Star Wars, but big following movie, big blockbuster movie. And then they're like, well, actually, here's the kind of actor I am, and I'm still young, and I want to shape the way that I'm going. And they go in that indie route, only inevitably to end up back in some big ass movie. So I think that's exactly what he's doing right now. And I'm excited to watch this journey for him because he is one of the really talented ones doing that. So I think that this is cool, and definitely I'll be watching also. And I also like that he has been able to be as outspoken in Hollywood as he has and book as much work as he has. I think he's being rewarded for being a good dude, which is cool.
Yeah, what do you think, Brett?
Yeah, like Roxy said, I think a lot of people were concerned about, that if this would hurt his career, and it's great that it doesn't, and that actually this sort of thing would hurt you back in the day if you spoke out about these people. But at least now I believe that people are listening, and they're moving forward, and they're giving these people another chance to, or not that he needs the chance, but not giving him a bad name because of him speaking out about stuff that that was bad to happen to him. Words are hard today.
You got through it though.
Wow, I saw like the anxiety sweep over you too as you're halfway through the sentence, and you're like,
I'm like,
oh no, get out.
You got there.
First of all, Steve McQueen died in 1980. I'm very confused by this.
Different Steve McQueen.
Different Steve McQueen.
Yeah, you got there. Listen, you got there. Another way to get there, if you want, to let everybody know. You can turn the Schmoebot off, even though nobody's putting Schmoebots on anyway. I'm going to stop hosting this show, I've decided. ExpressVPN. Have you heard about it? You better, if you listen to this show. You want to figure out how to use the right internet service? How do you do it? What do you do? The sad thing is that most of us have very little choice because ISPs operate like monopolies in the regions that they serve. Then what they do is they use the monopoly power to take advantage of customers, whether it's data caps, streaming throttles, the list goes on and on and on. But the worst part of it is that many ISPs log your internet activity and sell all the data on to big tech companies or advertisers. You won't realize this. To prevent ISPs from seeing my internet activity, you know what I do? I'm going to protect it. And how do you do that? ExpressVPN. What is ExpressVPN? People keep asking me this. You keep talking about ExpressVPN, Kristian. What is it? What is it? What is it? It's very easy. It's simple. It's a simple app for your computer on your smartphone that encrypts all your network data, and it tunnels it through a secure VPN server so that your ISP cannot see any of your activity at all. Think about how much of your life is on the internet. If you watch those shows that tell you your life is on the internet. Sadly, every site that you visit, video that you watch, or message that you send, it gets tracked by ISPs or other tech giants who then need to sell your information for profit. That's the reason, once again, to recommend highly ExpressVPN. It's the best way to hide your online activity from your ISP. You just download the app, you tap one button on your device, done. You're protected. They can't find it. They can't do anything anymore. ExpressVPN does all of this without slowing your connection also, and that's why it's rated the #1 VPN service by CNET and Wired. So stop handing over your personal data to ISPs and other tech giants who mine your activity and sell off your information. You protect yourself with VPN. Do it. You go to expressvpn.com/SEN, expressvpn.com/SEN. You get 3 extra months free. Go to expressvpn.com/SEN right now and learn more. Okay, Schmoebot back on. Thank you. Nobody gives a shit. The Schmoebot back on. So the Black Widow movie is, someone just sent this to me. Who sent this to me? Did you just send me this, Roxy? Roxy just sent this to me, I think.
Who is at the door? Who is?
Bojack's donated $20.
Part of that is like
Hi Kristian, I'm glad you got a chance to watch One Night in Miami. It made my top 10 list, and you're right, Eli Gore as Cassius Clay is the best. Also, Brett'd love to see a modern-day version of Midnight Madness made by Seth Rogen and Judd Apatow.
Yes.
Alex, did you see One Night in Miami yet?
Alex, you're muted.
I did see it.
And
I really loved it as well. I'm just digging all these like theater to stage to film adaptations this year, and this is just another great entry in it. Regina King did great in directing it.
It absolutely, you felt like a play, but that's not a bad thing at all. Because it just focused heavily on the acting, and that kid, that Eli Gore, is a star. Holy shit! Keep the cameras moving kind of fast.
Is it not a bad thing that it feels like a play? Because I keep hearing that, and I haven't seen it yet. And I loved the play Fences, but when I actually saw Fences, the movie, I was like, oh no, this is what people meant
But here lies the difference with that, Roxy. You were aware of fences. I don't think you were aware of this play, or at least you haven't seen this play, right?
Yeah, no.
Right. So it's the first time that you're going to be introduced to it. But it's just because, and I wonder if they shot it during the pandemic, because that's probably one of the reasons why they did it. It's in one location for most of the movie, but all of the actors and the directing are to write home about. I mean, it's absolute, all of them. But this guy just stands out. And you, with your connection that your dad has with Ali, and I am just a big boxing fan, and I'm not making a slight on Will Smith at all. I think Will Smith, as I said in my tweet, was a great performance as Ali. This guy is the greatest. I mean, he is.
Yeah, my dad called me freaking out, and he was like bugging out. He was like, "This guy, his facial expression, his manner, the way he moves, it was just like exactly." I was like, "Wow, damn."
He's not doing an impression. He just is Cassius Clay. Yeah. He just is. Cool. From everything that he says and the way that he moves his body so I've seen footage and a lot of the fights of when he beat Sonny Liston, and he does this like shuffle, and it's like they just took it from like the ESPN files. It's the same. He moves like him, he sounds like him, everything. It's just he just is so and it is not easy, not only to, if you work on someone's voice and you're an actor, sure, you could get it down. There's no doubt. But there's something like Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, was the most charismatic figures, not just athletes, figures of all time. And to be able to, that is an undertaking all in itself. And to be able to look at this guy, I was looking at this guy's performance going, oh, I understand why Ali was so popular. Not why this guy was doing it. I understand why Ali was so popular because of how charismatic this guy was portraying him, if that makes sense. So it was incredible.
You have to think that because of the level of actor he is, you have to think that he knocked this audition out of the park, because there's no way this is a straight offer. So that means that it wasn't all like, I'm sure he got better on set, but that means that this guy going into this
Michael
movie
Rettingus donated $20. Hey guys, predictions for first 3 picks Friday. Where will Brother Loomis go? And what type of classes would you suggest to improve promo skills? Are there any?
It's a great question. Let's Alex, can you hold that one so we can, because we'll get into the draft a little bit later. So I want to make sure that we can get to Michael's question. So let's just make sure that we go back to that one. So keep a hold on that one. Yeah, and you're right. Kingsley Benedict absolutely crushed it as Malcolm X, Ryan, for sure. Yeah. Not Malcolm C, Malcolm X. But everybody inside of it. I mean, and the fact that they also just there was having Sam Cooke in there, and I mean, I love Sam Cooke's music. And to watch the stuff that he was going through, the Copacabana stuff, all of it, and Jim Brown
protest songs. Like, I love those conversations. It was such a great movie. It's
really forward to seeing more. I hope that Eli Garay gets nominated. I really hope he does. He's so good. It just I went back to watch.
The movie's gonna get nominated.
Yeah, I do. I went back. Yeah, I do. And I went back and I went and saw because it just made me one of my favorite clips of all time. There's this ESPN clip when Ali he's circling around and he's doing this video thing and he's talking. I think he's just going over some of his fights. He's talking about Frazier. He's talking about and he goes, and then the camera's moving and he looks and he goes, well, keep the camera moving because I'm kind of fast. And it's so good the way he just moved. And I'm like, that I could see that guy. I could see that guy in this movie. So, I mean, it's one of the best movies that I saw for sure.
It's just, I don't know, like how they're going to delineate the performances in this and where they'd nominate them. Cause they're all kind of lead. They're
supporting.
All
yeah, no, you could do both. You could do both. Yeah. So it's tough.
What do you guys think? Do you think Muhammad Ali is the greatest athlete of all time?
Athlete? That's a harder one. I thought you were going to say boxer, but no, athlete. I don't know if I can say athlete. It just because and when you're purely talking about athleticism inside of the sport and not outside of what he meant to sports in general, if it's just I don't know. I mean, Bo Jackson comes to mind as greatest athlete for what he was able to do in 3 different sports. So I don't know, but it depends on the definition of the question. You know, like what do you mean, like outside of it, inside the sport, purely athleticism?
I don't even necessarily mean like the best at being an athlete. Just when you think of like the greatest athlete of all time, when you think about the biggest person like with the most success in their field. I've been thinking about that this morning a lot, as obviously it's the 1 year anniversary of Kobe passing today.
Yeah.
And just thinking about like people who have such accomplishments in their field that like they will just be known forever as one of the greats. And I also remember thinking when I was younger that Tiger Woods maybe was the greatest of all time, but it kind of feels like that maybe not what the
Pussy O'Connell donated $20. Ahem, hello, cunts. Did that work? Gingerly. So sorry, Kristian. Can I get Chris Walken and Silvio trying to buy the vaccine in a Chinese store owned by Watto? Them Yoda offers them the real one. God bless you all. And keep eating bunnies' dicks.
Hold it. Oh, thank you. That was an underrated snipe by Brett, by the way. Underrated snipe. Pussy O'Connell. Speaking of Tiger Woods, it was good.
I think Ali, in terms of character and activism and athleticism, like the combination, I kind of see what Roxy's going for. But I mean, to be like of all sports, it's hard to say who would be of all sports, the greatest athlete of all time. But for boxing, definitely the man for boxing.
Yeah, my wife asked me, she's not a sports fan, so she said to me as we were watching, she's like, was he the best boxer of all time? I said, it's really hard to argue against it. It's really hard to argue it. Now, it's not to say that, that everyone always says, would a prime focused Mike Tyson in 1985 versus a prime Ali, who would win? Because people go, oh, well, obviously you see what happened to Tyson back in the day. I'm talking about a focused Tyson. I don't know. But then again, Muhammad Ali found ways to beat everyone. When Sonny Liston was supposed to beat him, he beat Sonny Liston. When he was supposed to lose to George Foreman, he beat George Foreman. When he was supposed to lose to Ken Norton, he beat Ken Norton. He just found when this is the thing with, there was a certain kind of resolve that Ali had that no other boxer or maybe athlete had. So back in the day, they used to fight for 15 rounds, 3 minutes for 15 rounds. And him and Joe Frazier fought in the first match, which is still considered one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time. So this is the last round of the fight. And Joe Frazier had one of the most devastating left hooks in boxing in general. He hits you with it. If he hits you flush with it, that's out. You're probably out for a month. So he's fighting, and that if he hits you fresh with it in the first round, you're toast. 15 rounds, last round. Joe Frazier throws a left hook, nails Ali right in the jaw with it, breaks his jaw. Ali goes down. He's up in 2 to 3 maybe seconds. This is 15 rounds after just slugging it out and fighting. Loses the title. And remember also, Ali was kicked out of boxing for I think 5 years because he decided he didn't want to fight in the war. Yeah. So they kicked him out of boxing, took his license away for years. So he came back, and people he's beloved now, but he was like the Chandru of boxing back then. I mean, he really was, because of how people didn't want you to be outspoken. People didn't want you to speak your mind. They just wanted you to do your thing. And he said, fuck that. And he also knew how to get into the head of his opponents and other thing too. So anyway, it's he was great. He was great. It's a great boxer. So I probably put him as the greatest boxer.
Would you put Tom Brady or Muhammad Ali higher on the athlete list?
Ali. I think Brady has done a lot, and Brady has and considering what he's doing right now, Brady has done a lot. It's a different, and I take nothing away from Tom Brady and the things that he's able to accomplish, but boxing is the closest thing to going to war that same type of thing that you have to rely on, I believe. I mean, I've never been to war, but I would assume from the way, because it's an individual thing where Brady can rely on he relies on other people. Ali, our boxers, have to rely on mental strength and being able to physically, it's a matter of give up some of these people have died in the ring. You know what I mean? So it's like, I gotta say Ali. Yeah. All right. What's next?
All right. Next story we got is the first promos for Paramount Plus have been released, teasing the rebranding, expansion, and relaunching of the CBS All Access service on March 4th. The promo features characters from shows that will be available on the streamer, like Star Trek Discovery, Dora the Explorer, and even Jersey Shore. Kristian, did this promo make you more excited for Paramount Plus's launch on March 4th?
I mean, it's better, but I just think this is needed at this point, right? This is needed. So yeah, what do you? They're in the cellar right now compared to everybody else. So, Rox, do you agree with me?
Yeah, I thought that the usage of Snooki in this promo was interesting. I like what they do. So for anybody who didn't see it, they're kind of climbing Paramount Mountain, is what they call it, and it's snowing, and there's a lot of different characters that are coming through, a lot of Star Trek people or whatever, and then the VO says, and Snooki, and she's like, I'm too hungover for this shit. And it was just kind of like, wow, they're really going for this. Like, they're trying to be like, Star Trek, come here. MTV, Jersey Shore, come here.
Right. Like, you got everything.
Like everything else, everything that's already on TV, we don't have, but everything else, we just like grabbed it all. So if it's something else, we took it. And I thought that the promo was actually did a good job showing that. And I think that this could be, it's not going to be Disney Plus, but this could be super worthwhile.
Yeah. I mean, they've got to try to rebrand. They've tried to do new things, but anybody else have any thoughts on this one?
You had me at Snooki, Roxy. You had me at Snooki. Yeah. Oh,
that's not true, actually.
I haven't heard in a while.
Someone said I'm a Tom Brady hater. I'm not, actually. It's funny because I was never a Brady hater as much as I for example, Pedro Martinez, when he was on the Sox, hated him. Never was a fan of him. Thought he was a scumbag for throwing Zimmer on the floor. Right? Never liked him. Never hated Poppy. Didn't want to play against them. Didn't hard to hate Poppy.
Who the F hates Poppy?
I'm saying, but I didn't like him when he played for the Red Sox. Because I'm supposed to root against him. Same thing with Brady. Like Brady, he's great, and every time it's like I'll root against him anytime he's with the Patriots, right? But my family lives in Tampa. I'm more of a fan of Brady than my brother, who's a diehard Tampa Bay
Hi,
fan.
Kristian and gang, I can't wait to watch the draft on Friday. The free agent special was fire with the dungeon. Also question, Kristian, are managers required to fill all 12 spots on roster? Thanks for the great show. Hashtag is Snooki still living? Oh, hi Roxy.
Thank you. They're required to fill 10 spots. I think it's my personal opinion is I think it's stupid to not fill all 12, but 10 is the spot for everybody to get, because the only way I would say for managers not to fill all 12 if they know they're going to make a trade where they're going to try to get 2 extra people and then they leave room. But I think not filling out your roster this year is an error, but we'll see what they do. We'll see.
I was a Brady hater. For a long time. And then I saw him come back 28 points in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, and I thought that was like, how can you not like that? That was amazing.
Gotta respect it. Yeah.
They didn't shake Nick Foles' hand in the Super Bowl when the Eagles beat him, so I was a little like, okay. Yeah. But if he pulls this off this year, I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. He's got nothing else.
Right.
It's not like when I asked the question, Kristian was like, that's a dumb question. Of course it's Ali. You gave it time, because I think it is a legitimate enough question.
Of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. It's a good question. I just think that Ali over the course, and it's just different with boxing from that sport as compared to any other sport, and same thing with MMA, of where you have to go inside of mentally, physically, more so than any other sport. Like people forget that for a very long time, boxing and MMA was like my number one. Well, they were my number one sports. And just watching what people have done, like when you watch a fight like Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward, any one of their fights, that type of athlete doesn't really exist out. Not everybody can do that in life, and that's why it's incredible what boxers and martial artists are able to do and like I said, you're by yourself. Sure, you have your trainers and you have people who are encouraging you, but you only rely on yourself. If in football, if your receiver makes an error, it's not something that you did and something you can't come back. If you make an error inside of the ring, it can cost you. It can cost you your if you get hit with a shot, it can cost you in life later on down the line. It can cost you a broken arm if you make the wrong move in MMA. So it's a very, I'm always going to put combat sports athletes over other athletes because of what it's just a different thing. It's a different
So you would put him over Michael Jordan too for the same reason.
Ali, I mean, yeah, I would, because it's the same thing. It's that if you go back and you watch that great ESPN doc that just came out, what was it called?
Last Dance.
Last Dance.
Yeah.
When you watch The Last Dance, Jordan couldn't get it done without that team. Jordan needed that team. He's I think the greatest basketball player of all time still. And I think that he needed a team. When he was there by himself, he couldn't do it without Pippen and Rodman and Kerr. He couldn't do it without him, because that's what basketball's the team sport. Boxing and MMA, it's just.
Do you think you
different.
could argue though that having a team makes things more difficult? Because
sure. In a certain aspect, absolutely, because you need the right team and you need to vibe and you need to.
Vikander played Lara Croft in 2018 and will reprise her role as the Raider of Tombs. Kristian, did you like the 2018 movie, and are you excited for this choice for director of the sequel?
I didn't mind the 2018 movie. Did I think it was phenomenal? No, but I didn't mind it. I thought she was a good Croft for sure. And I'm open for another director, another take for it. I just think that what I'd like to see with a lot of these movies are scaling down how much CGI, and this has been forever, but I think and focusing more on the character and obviously the adventure, but I want to see them go back to fun filmmaking in the way. I hope that people, and I hate to use this reference because everyone's, oh, here's a little Star Wars again, but I just think that the way that that Mandalorian is shooting stuff, I would like to see people start to use that technology, and I hope that movies start to use that, because you cannot tell in Mandalorian what's real and what's fake. You just can't. And I love that. And I would like to see people, and it seems more like old school filmmaking in my personal opinion. But Rox, what do you think?
I liked the movie. I like her. Honestly, obviously,
Jason
this
Payne
is
donated $20. Hey everyone, just caught up after being off work for 2.5 months from a lung collapse, then after coming back to work got fired, but now at a new place and doing well. Oh my God. You guys have helped me get through rough patch. Love the show, you all are great, thanks.
Thank you.
Good.
Sorry to hear about that, but I'm glad that you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm glad you're working again. That's great.
Yeah.
It's good. So maybe and like, you know, you never know. Maybe that was for the best. Maybe you're not supposed to be at that gig and you're supposed to be at this one. So there you go. I'm happy to hear it. Thank you. And once again, guys, streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Keeping the Schmoebots doing Schmoebots only for the duration of the show. So, and if you put one in before 10:20, we'll make sure that we read it. But if you are able to, go on over to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. And a reminder that at 12 o'clock, I'm going to head on over to the Stereo app. And for those people who didn't know what the Stereo app was, and now you're going to be looking at it, please go and check it out, everybody. Please go and check it out.
Cool Cat 88 donated $20. Hey, Kristian, did you see that a Knights of the Old Republic 3 is rumored to be coming? Not BioWare or EA, but no studio announced yet. You're gonna have to get back into gaming now for sure if this is true. Mahomes is gonna take Brady out. Hi, Brett.
Absolutely, I've heard it, but I didn't bring it up today because I'm going to cover it on Sith Council tomorrow. Also, seeing a lot of people covering and checking out the Katie Sackhoff interview that I did. It's up on the channel now if you haven't checked it out. So please go on over there. Sith Council, we are using Schmoebots here today. We don't use Schmoebots on Sith Council. We just rely on you guys going to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and following us over there. That is crucial. So if you are a Star Wars fan, you enjoy hearing me talk about Star Wars, then please go and check that out. And I will also be doing a stereo show after Sith Council tomorrow, right afterwards. That'll be at 11 o'clock. Excuse me, 10 o'clock. I know that it'll kind of coincide here with SEN, but we are going to be doing stereo shows for the next up until April. So, and maybe more. So check it out. Once again, guys, Stereo is a free live broadcast social platform. It enables people to have real conversations in real time. The app allows podcast creators to build an even more intimate relationship with the fan base. You engage them in direct conversations. The best part about it, yesterday, if you guys were listening to my show, listeners can record a question. You can send it directly to me, and I'll be doing that today. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of draft questions, and that's fine. I welcome it. This is really great. Like yesterday, I was doing it, and I did a second one because I just wanted to test it out at like 4 o'clock, and people came in there and there was just tons of questions about the draft. And I know as we lead up to it, there'll probably be a ton of them today, and I welcome it. We're very excited to offer our listeners a new way to interact with us. So you join now, go to stereo.com/Kristian Harloff. That's all you do. It's free, which is great. You just go and you download the free Stereo app and you select our podcast. Whenever we're live, it'll let you know, and you stay tuned for more details. We're looking to get myself, I think I'm close to 200, and if I have 200, then we're going to try to get to 300 by the end of the show. So let's see where we're at right now. I'll tell you in a moment so everybody knows. Drum roll. I'm at 199 followers right now. So let's try to get to 300 by the end of I think that the top person has had 1,000 people listening live, and I think that we can crush that. So let's go on over there, stereo.com/Kristian Harloff. Please head on over there right now, see if we can get over 300 people listening. And Alex, what do we got next?
I went to 66. Big update too.
Did you? Are you at 66 now?
Yeah,
that's awesome. What were you at the beginning of the day?
27.
Great. So look at that. So Brett Sheridan's on there. Yeah.
I'm
head on over
4 to 16 now too. So thank you all.
It's all right, Eric, listen, Eric Lane says, I'm trying, but I don't like the Stereo app. At first, I was like, what? I don't understand what the hell is happening. I don't know how to use it. Wait until the show when I do it at 12. You'll be it's the most interactive show that I've ever been a part of. Like there'll be there'll be like 12 questions of audio questions that come in like immediately. I was talking yesterday and Bateman put in a question and just was shitting all over Finstock on it too. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Go and check it out, Eric, and let me know tomorrow after we do the show if you still don't dig it. But I really like it. So let's keep going. All right.
Yeah, so those are all the stories you sent us today, but I did see that AFI did share their top 10 movies and TV shows of the year.
What you got?
2020. Would you be interested in hearing those?
Sure.
No, go ahead.
No? Okay, all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the movies, they got Da 5 Bloods, Judas and the Black Messiah, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, Soul, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Did any of those stand out?
Give me that one more time.
Da 5 Bloods,
okay.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Need to see that.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Okay.
Mank, Minari, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, Soul, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
So funny. So this year is definitely the year since even before I started doing schmoes, I was very locked in to everything that was coming out movie-wise.
in Missouri donated $20. Mr. Sheridan, how can I get some pussies during this quarantine? We're running out of tissues. Please help me and my Lilani. Can I get Walken and Watto arguing with Harloff and Yoda about Kong vs. Godzilla? Thanks and stay harmony cunts.
Oh, thank you. Save those two.
Yeah, save that one.
We're gonna try.
Let's not skip that one at all.
Let's not skip that one. We're gonna try to. We're gonna. I mean, yeah. Let's hold back on the impressions if
Rox
possible.
and I will touch on. We'll do about a tight 30 on how to get them on pussy during the quarantine.
Yeah, I want to keep the schmobots for like you guys getting involved in questions you want to ask, anything like that you want. Let's try to keep the
paper cup donated $20.
Perfect.
Has anyone watched the new Raya and the Last Dragon trailer that dropped this morning?
Oh no!
I'm so excited for this film, but really bummed it's only premiere access on Disney Plus.
That's stupid.
Have a great day, friends.
I am too. Stupid. I think they
How
didn't
much
learn
is
anything.
it?
Probably it's got to be. It can't be 30 this time. Is it 30 again?
I think it will. I think so.
It's 30 again. They didn't learn anything from Mulan. Mulan ate shit.
Yeah,
it isn't even Mulan.
Yeah,
the Chinese movies.
No, but I mean,
to order it.
I think it's 20.
I think it's 20. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. So 20 is
20 is better than 30.
20 is the normal. 20 is the normal. 20 was
rock.
Yeah. We were seeing that a lot. 20 I understand, but it's why do I have Disney Plus then? If you know what you're putting it on there, it's I don't know. I think that if you have Disney Plus, you should get it, and I think they should also sell it for $20 on different platforms. The way that they do, like, you know, okay, you can go to Amazon Prime, you can go to these other places, you can get it, but if it will incentivize people to sign up for Disney Plus. I don't understand, but what the hell do I know? Anyway, going back to those movies, Rox, this year
we're in the same boat, Kristian.
Just haven't seen, because you know what it is. There's a lot of different reasons. The one reason is definitely Schmoedown, and my focus has been on Schmoedown and other things. That's one reason. But the other reason is that normally when I'm going to all these screenings, I know which movies I'm caught up with, what's coming out, what are the ones that are going to be nominated or talked about, buzz and that type of thing. There are so many streaming movies now that I don't know that unless I'm paying close attention to it and hearing, you know, from my friends, like what are the ones I should be looking for and what are the ones that are just another movie made by Netflix. You know what I mean? I
completely agree. But what's interesting about that, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I am guessing both Ryan and Alex have probably seen every one of these movies, if not the majority of them. This is like old school versus new school, kind of in terms of like, I have seen almost none of these. I will now watch them because when award season's coming up, I like to see everything that's nominated at least. But at the same time, Kristian, the way that we usually get our information was by going into studio every day, hearing from everybody else what's going on, getting invited by people to go to the screeners. Like, I haven't heard jack shit about so many of these, and I feel so out of the loop, but that's just not, I don't know whether that's just strictly COVID and quarantine things or whether this is just kind of like the new way that streaming things take place.
Yeah, absolutely. That's and it's just because of that, exactly that is that there's just so much stuff, but you got to stay locked into it in a different way than we have in the past. But I sent a message at the same time to Scott Mantz, Jeff Snyder, and Perry Nemiroff, because my wife and I were like, let's watch some of the ones that we think are going to be nominated for Oscar. She says to me the other day, she goes, what movie should we watch? And I go, I don't know. She goes, don't you do this for a job? I go, not anymore. That's not my job anymore. It's a different job that I have now. And I was like, I'm not as locked into it. So I text them all at the same time. They all pretty much sent me back the same list with a lot of those movies that you guys just mentioned.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot of those same. Yeah, all three. There were a couple different for the most part. That was it. Alex, do you agree that these are the movies that should be up there?
Oh yeah, I think actually this was...
and donated $20. From the amount people asking how to get Vihar on an internet show, it is starting to become clear why there was such mass panic buying of toilet paper.
What happened there?
An internet show, Dan. I'm kind of, I don't know the context of this question at all.
Kind of lost on that one.
Toilet paper and masturbation. Another callback to that.
Chicken Smoker donated $20. Ben Bateman's new plan is to hide for the year behind Dan and then say he didn't lose. He'd rather watch Super Mario Brothers for 24 hours than listen to him prattle on anymore. Kristian, you are amazing. Roxy, you too. F. Rokia.
Oh, all right. F. Rokia. So thank you.
I love that he is a main person on the show, Roka, and that the Schmoebot can't say his name.
Yeah.
Rokia, it's so good every time.
Yeah, it's true. Rokia. Look, this is the thing. Someone asked me yesterday, because there's a rumor that Frankie put out there that I wasn't thrilled with that team up. And I said, it's a mixture. I think that Ben, I understand what Ben's trying to do here. But he knows it. He needs to win. He needs to win the singles championship. He needs to win the team's championship in order for this season not to be a bust. He would have had more of a, I think, forgiving thing from critics who are watching or fans who are watching and saying, okay, so he went to, let's say, the Den, and he built out there with Preston and somebody else, and they got close. He almost took him to a title again, or he got close, or he won the team's title, but he couldn't do the singles. That's a success. If you don't win the team's championship with Dan and then win the singles championship by yourself, he's got a long road. He's got a long road, but I think he's aware of it. So that'll up his game.
The thing is, like, after spending as many years with him as I did, the bottom line for him, and I haven't spoken to him about this decision, but he doesn't give a flying fuck about second place.
Right.
So he put himself in what he believes is the best position, I'm sure, to win, coming back to this, all the belts.
Right.
And that's the only thing he cares about. I don't think he cares about people saying whatever they're going to say about him having to team with Dan to do it or whatever. He wants to be a team champ and he wants to be a singles champ. And he put himself in the place in which he thinks he's going to be able to do that. And I think also the other aspect of this that not a lot of people are talking about is how close Ben and Smets are. I mean,
right.
they're like the best of friends. And
well, I get why he went there. Yeah, I get why he went there. And I think that it's just a matter of, I thought one of them would go there. I didn't think both of them should go there.
For the league, I think it's not as fun to have the two of them on the same team. I wish one of them was over with Kate, but for the two of them, for Dan and Ben, I get why they made the decision.
Sure. All right, let's ask the chat. Let's ask the chat.
Fart Box donated $20. This is really random, but you know how there are certain actors that take you out of a film because said actor is just too famous? How come Sam Jackson doesn't have this issue? Thoughts? What up, Chunk?
Well, yeah, because he is that good is one. I think sometimes that will happen, but it's also the matter of roles that he takes. He's never, very rarely is he front and center. He is on the side, and he's able to transform himself. A perfect example of that is Django Unchained. He just becomes a different person instead of becoming the beloved Sam Jackson. He is a despicable character in that, and he really he can tap into that because we look at him as, oh, that's Sam Jackson. It's the iconic Sam Jackson. He's a great actor. He's able to maneuver himself and kind of camouflage his way into certain roles. But that's a good point. There are certain actors that just are able to do it. Look, De Niro is able to do it.
He's kind of not the leading man, and I think that might be why when he's the lead in things, he's still he's not like leading man. He's more at his heart, like he's more of a character actor.
Absolutely, he is.
So I think that's why he's able to transform.
I agree. Okay, so let's give a little update here, guys, on the Stereo app, just to let everybody know. And if you're watching on replay, obviously you can go and do that. The link is in the description. It's pretty easy. It's stereo.com/Kristian Harloff. And right now, I'm 48th in the leaderboard too, so that's good. Hey. So 216 followers. Let's get to 300.
Donated $20. Can't watch live, but I know you guys would cheer me up later when I watch this back.
Oh.
I'm feeling really down today. It's a little over a month since my cousin's suicide, and it just hit me hard today. Thanks to everyone who looked out for me. Love you all.
I'm sorry, Big Mo. That is really tough. It's very hard. I can tell you from someone who's experienced loss not too long ago. There are waves. There are waves of loss. There's waves of grief that it comes up to you, and it is cleansing. I know it sucks to feel, but it is cleansing. So take it in stride and just put your head up and then we'll do some fart sounds and stuff later to make you laugh. So keep your head up, buddy. Okay, let's keep going here. Well, unless anybody else, you want more of the give me more of those awards there. You got any? Is that just for the films themselves, or is there other stuff?
On the films, I just wanted to say that I stayed in the you have to know where to look to find all these movies. And I was completely tuned into everything, and since I had a little bit of free time since I left my job, I was able to watch all these movies. And this was low-key a good year for movies, but again, you just had to know where to look. So that's my 2 cents on that.
I like
that. If you want to talk about TV shows, we have that as well. We have Better Call Saul, Bridgerton, The Crown, The Good Lord Bird, Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, This Is America, The Queen's Gambit, Ted Lasso, and Unorthodox.
Those are good ones.
Seen most of those.
We just started Better Call Saul. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but somebody said several people said better than Breaking Bad, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I could say better, but I'm
gonna watch. I heard it was really good. I'm gonna watch it. Hey, real quick. So thank you, Joe, for getting me back on track. I wanted to ask the chat here. I want to see, in regards to Bateman and Merle, love it or hate it? Just put it in the chat. I want to see how many loves, how many hates there are, and I'm very curious because I'm wondering what the chat is going to say. So there's this big it's a great sports debate, or whether or not is he doing the Durant thing, or so there's a lot of loves starting out heavy with loves. So the question, but it's the same thing, Rox. The Finstock Exchange, everybody loved what they did how they were poised last year, and they came in 4th.
Yeah, I think Kaiser's a much better manager than Tom is.
Okay, it's fair.
So I think that they have a better shot at this. But I also think that if they come out the gate with a loss, it is so hard when you're first, and coming from the Stars, it is so hard when your first team's match is a loss. On the entire year, it's hard.
Right.
So we'll see. While we're looking at that, I will just say on Alex's list that he just read, which I don't even remember where he said it came from, but AFI or whatever put this out. For those of you guys who did not watch Unorthodox, that to me was like the absolute most incredible show. And it's only 4 episodes, and each of them are 90 minutes, and it is so good. And especially when we are experiencing, and I know this isn't the show for this, but more anti-Semitism now than we've had in a very long time, at least more openly. It was really interesting to watch an Orthodox Jew show and how people get to where they are. This show, like if you're looking for a drama that is out of this world good, this show is incredible.
Is this is it a limited series or is it a documentary?
Yeah, it was a limited series on Netflix.
Oh.
And it is a 4-part, 90-minute each, and I watched it in one night because it was just unbelievable. They did such an incredible job of really, really diving into the culture and why some Jews only associate with other Jews, essentially. It was incredible. It was so good. So I think that I'm glad that made that list, Alex, because there was a lot of shows on that list that I like a lot, but something like a Queen's Gambit, which is getting so much love. If you talk to major TV fans like me and Makuga or whatever, we're all kind of it was a good show. But sometimes these shows that take off, it's there's so much incredible television for everybody who's obsessed with Queen's Gambit. I'm some of you guys might just love it, but some of you guys just aren't watching the TV that's really, really powerful and moving. And Unorthodox was that. Okay, we can go back to Ben and Dan. Kristian.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Thank you for letting us know, for sure. We are going to continue to go on, though. Thank you, Alex, for the update there. Once again, guys, streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. Just a reminder that this show, the reason that we're able to keep everybody on the show and have this that we do is because of you guys and the wonderful donations that you give. Trying to get to at least 500 today. We're at 300 right now. If we're able to get on over there, go to streamlabs.com/Schmoedown, and would love to see if there's anything else that you want to talk about. And then obviously we're going to be at Stereo.
Donated $20. I'm okay with Dan and Ben being together, but I really want to know if Ben will share his new study method with Dan. #Danger Zone, the team name in my mind. And Brett, I don't think it's better than Breaking Bad, but it's damn good.
That's the question, though. That's the question is that will they in order to be a really good team, you look at Clark and Rachel and Snyder and JTE and Snyder and Draco, they trust each other with everything. They tell each other all their secrets. They do everything. These are two guys who have played against each other twice, and Ben, even though it may not look like he wants to face Dan anymore, still you would assume wants to face him. And is he gonna, if he gives Dan all of his secrets and makes Dan stronger, A, that's scary. B, is that a smart strategy for him if he wants to play him? So those are the questions. Those are the questions. So
I don't know what I would advise. I think if you are Kaiser, you have to encourage Ben to share every single thing with Dan because you want them to be the best team, and you don't really care who wins at the end of the day in singles as long as it's one of the two of them. But
King Dingaling donated $20. Love the Stars and Roxy, but Kaiser scored 2 of the best ever. Why did Gucci let 4th Road Roker help destroy his team?
Because I don't think that here. This is what I said on my stereo yesterday, on the stereo app yesterday. You don't give Gucci enough credit because you think Dan was going to re-sign with the exchange. I think Gucci knew it from the start that Dan had no intention of coming back to him, and it was like a relationship, and he dumped him before Dan could dump him first. So, and I think that he just catered, and then he catered to Roka's head, and Roka bought into it.
I want Damon's ass so bad.
Yeah. So that's what I think. That's what I think. Okay, Alex.
He's actually the worst of all time.
You've been saying that. You've been saying that. What do you think, Alex? What should we talk about next? What do you got on the streamlabs.com? Let's talk about those questions that came in before 10:20.
Okay, let's do that. But I did while I looked that up, I did just see that Kevin Hart was cast in Borderlands, the Borderlands movie directed by Eli Roth.
Wow. Okay.
And written by Craig Mazin, who did Chernobyl, and Kevin Hart will be playing the skilled soldier Roland in what will be a more serious acting turn for the star. Does this make you more excited for the movie? Anybody?
Rox?
I'm more curious about it than
more curious.
I played the game. I played the first 2 games.
I have such a hard time taking him serious. I have such a hard time taking him serious. That doesn't mean he can't do it, but like that is an uphill battle.
Yeah. All right. What else we got on the Streamlabs?
Cool. All right. On the Streamlabs, we got just finished from House Heisenberg. Just finished Monday's SEN and was very happy to hear Brett finally started Better Call Saul. A lot of people say it has surpassed Breaking Bad. Personally, I don't think it has, but it's damn close. Hopefully one day Kristian will hop on the bandwagon too.
I probably will because it's one of those things that I've been. I mean, remember I didn't watch Breaking Bad for a while, and I think when I got in, it was right before the last season had started. So I had binged it all, and then once I binged it all, then I watched along with everybody else and I remember watching the first episode. I probably have to go back and rewatch because it was so long ago that I even watched the first 2 episodes of Saul that I probably forgot about a lot of it. So how many seasons are there now, Rox? Like 4, 5?
I think 5.
Wow,
but it could be wrong.
Just came out 5th one. So
okay,
good.
I got to see it. You guys love it, right?
I only watched the first season and half of the second season, and I stopped for a bad reason. Like I loved the show; it was really awesome. And then life got in the way, and it just was not like I thought I'd go back to it, and I didn't. But every TV fan that I know that I trust their opinion has like shamed me to death about this.
For not watching, yeah, I hear the same.
Yeah, it is like the most classic slow burn out there. But season 5, so in season 3, there is a 3-episode arc that is probably the best thing in this whole universe, just with a courtroom. And Bob Odenkirk just hits new heights, man. Like I can't recommend the show enough. I definitely think it's surpassed Breaking Bad for me, but it's a different type of drama. It's not always life and death. It's a lot more like relationship type drama.
Yeah. All right.
I'm halfway through the first season, and even just Jonathan Banks and Bob Odenkirk are amazing in those first episodes. And like, just that enough is making me even consider. Oh, I haven't even gotten to Giancarlo yet, so I'm just excited to finish off the show.
Me too. I saw some comments in the chat about what the hell is it, WandaVision, and we had talked about it. Now that the 3rd episode is out and everybody here has seen it, do you guys agree with what I was talking about? How the first one to me was, okay, this gimmick is getting old. I might bail. Oh wait, there's a little thing that hints it might be something different. All right, I'll watch 2. 2, same gimmick, but there's more of that. Something is going on. Keep paying attention. This is Pleasantville meets Lost. And then the 3rd one is like, okay, now there's a lot of that in there, and it ends with kind of a big Lost type reveal. And as you're watching it, I'm like, okay, now I'm really want to see where this goes. Does anybody feel the same watching that, or is anybody either bailing out or indifferent?
Definitely. Like it. I got even Lonnie said to me, "Are we going to watch the other WandaVision?" And we enjoyed it, and we don't catch Easter eggs and things like that, and we have no, we didn't read House of M or any of these things that people talk about, and yeah, I think it's fun, and I do think this one definitely takes a change that you kind of go, okay, they're going to get into something interesting now.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like it's getting less. I'm getting less into it somehow, because I think that's because it's like a symptom of, oh, this is the only thing we have right now, and I want it, and it's like I can't, waiting this long sucks, and so that's the only reason why I'm getting less interested, because I need things to happen, and it's if we had this after Black Widow, after Eternals, after all these movies, then it would have been easier to digest, but that's just me.
Millennials.
Yeah, I'm that's kind of it. It's like this warm, comforting blanket, but it's also like the only new big show we have right now, so I almost feel like obligated to watch it. I think they could have accomplished what they did in these 3 episodes maybe in 1.5 episodes. Like, I wish we kind of got that reveal in the middle of the second one. I think it was kind of an odd choice to just do those first 2, and knowing that there's only 8 or 9 and we're already a third of the way done, I think a lot of crazy stuff's going to happen, but if this was not a COVID-19 world we're in right now and this was on, I probably wouldn't be prioritizing it.
Yeah. So, hey, Costa, you want to come in here and you want to talk? Like, what's the point of this comment, and what's the point of me bringing it up? It's like, hey, honestly, though, does anyone remember when this was Schmoes No? Does anyone remember? Does anyone remember when it was Schmoes No? What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't get it. What does that mean?
Was that the full comment?
Yeah, does anyone? What does that mean?
Oh,
it's
I
nuts.
think they didn't realize that it's changed its name.
Thank you. Perfect. What is that? What's the point of putting it in the chat? Hey guys, do you remember when little schmoes no? What? What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? All right, what's next?
Okay, from Fannykin Skycocker. What are some of your worst date stories?
I think I've told this before. I was this really attractive girl at Florida State, and I had asked her out and going out, show up to her doorstep, and it was like a hired apartment. I just climb a couple stairs to get there. Right before I go to ring her bell, I stepped in a big pile of dog shit. It's the worst.
I remember
and I'm just doing everything possible to make sure that it's off. I think I borrowed the neighbor's hose, spraying my shoe off. I made myself 5 or 10 minutes late. It was terrible. It's terrible. Thank you, Roxy. Is the one the guy farted on you, right?
Yeah, that happened. That was probably the worst. Although I will say it's been a very new experience recently. This sucks. This is no story. Just dating during COVID. Am I right? None of you know. Alex,
yeah. Dating's tough.
You're simping all over the world, but
everybody.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
What's
Good
next?
talk.
No one else has stories?
No.
I don't. All my dates were horrible until I met
Yeah, nice. Well said. All right. What's next?
All right. Joe OK says, did you know that 3.14% of all sailors are pirates? Pirates.
Oh.
All right. Justin Square says, happy Tuesday. So I had some Streamlabs that I sent in on Thursday that were never read. I didn't watch live, so I didn't know Streamlabs weren't being read that day. You can skip the first one. Kristian answered that question on the stereo app yesterday.
Oh.
Okay, cool. There you go. So what was the second part of it, Alex?
That you answered the question on stereo.
Oh, so there's no question. Okay. All right. What's next?
All right, jumping into super chats. Yesterday we missed one at the very last minute. Came in after the show. Derek Johnson says, hey, it's a Mario. Much love, Alex rocking the grown stash. Thank you very much, Derek. Mark Brewington says, hey, SEN fam. Just sending y'all a little love. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love back.
All right. So those were all the Streamlabs that came in, and we did have that Schmoebot from Michael Ratdingus earlier who asked, predictions for the first 3 picks, where will Brother Loomis go? What type of classes would you suggest to improve promo skills?
Classes, I mean, I know that Molly Damon and Alex Damon started taking classes once Schmoedown started. My big thing, what I always say for Schmoedown is, and I've sent this to some of the rookies. There's an Instagram account of like 90s wrestling that shows like old school promos. I just would watch old school wrestling promos and watch Ric Flair and like the Rock and some Shawn Michaels stuff, and I always recommend these things. There's Sting at one point, and because it's a matter of, you got to talk and be able to think and move as the character. You know, you can't like I've been having this discussion a lot lately with what a real heel is, and Roxy and I were on the phone for a while yesterday, and we were talking about what a real heel is and what someone is who thinks that they're a bad guy. Like, there are people who've tried to do heel, and then once the audience starts booing them, they're like, well, why are they saying this about me? I'm just being heel. It's like, because you're doing the job right. It's like, well, why are they don't like they don't like me. They're not supposed to like you. They don't think I'm cool. That's not what heel. They're not supposed to think you're cool. If you think a heel is cool, then they're not an effective heel. Like, you want to boo them. You've got to want to buy the other person's T-shirt, not that person's shirt. You like, it's you as a heel, and this goes for wrestling too. Wrestling. You shouldn't look at like, oh yeah, I want to be that. I want to be that guy. It's like, no, you should hate that person. Nobody wanted to be the Iron Sheik. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted to be like when they wanted to watch people beat them. Like, that's why I think right now Chandru is the best. Chandru is the best because Chandru talks so much crap, doesn't give a shit what you think about him, and everyone that Chandru plays, you root against Chandru. And
Chandru called me Khaleesi.
Ooh.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So I would say, like you mentioned, don't go after people that aren't even like. Don't go after Roka and Merle from the beginning. Like, it didn't people in a lot of the audition videos. Like, it was Roka.
Yeah, because Roka's like one of the big characters. But I think that
if you're gonna come for somebody that's at your level and work your way up to that. I think it always comes across a little, to me, I would say, if you're a rookie, to go after, like, I jokingly do it, on the show, but like, yeah, I wouldn't cut a promo against, Merle, you're going down.
Yeah, see, Christian Vilstrup is wrong here. He says nobody's a real heel in the Schmoedown. Every so-called heel has fans that worship him. Chandru, not true. That's not true at all. Chandru, 100%.
$20. What goes in hard and dry then comes out wet and soft?
Oh my
Chewing gum. What's the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball? A guy will actually search for a golf ball. My first time donating. Love you peeps. Hi, Brett.
Thank you so much. That was good.
I love that so much.
That was good. That was a good one. But yeah,
so good.
But yeah, so by the way, so Chandru is absolutely. Yeah, David, you're one of the few then, because he everyone that I know, his matches have been some of the highest rated that we've had, because everybody wants to see him lose. And the Patriots were the same thing. Patriots
cool Cat 88 donated $20. Razor Ramon though, aka Scott Hall. Now people wanted to be him. He mad the bad guy cool, so there are some exceptions.
Yeah, I mean, but even that, but that's why they eventually had to turn NWO. Like, and so I'm actually I'm reading Eric Bischoff's book right now, and it's from like, I think 2008 or something. And he said it too. He's like, he said, I don't even think Triple H was an effective heel. He goes, if you go back to it, he's like, Triple H shows up on a motorcycle, he shows up, he spits water into the air, and every guy's like, oh man, I want to be like him. He's dating the owner's daughter, and it's clear in the storyline. Everything's like, I want to be like that guy. It's like you should want to throw things at these people, and you should want to like, and for, I think Paul Oyama was a great heel. Like, he's the only person I've ever seen that Jeff Snyder got cheered out of in New York. When we went to New York, the place was cheering Jeff Snyder like it was Dan Murrell. And Jeff Snyder, up until this season, this is the only season Jeff Snyder has become a fan favorite, because he's more like the Dennis Rodman anti-hero of the league than anything else. He's like, it's Jeff being Jeff. Yeah. But
the initial question
Creepy
being about how to
donated $40. Where do you go? Where's you go? What did you do and why? Tell us what you saw, dear Agony. We're so curious we can die. Ooh, whoa.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much. Was that a question at the end? I missed it.
Just for Creepy Naked Dolls.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Well, thank you for that wonderful donation. Yeah.
So the question about the promos, your manager should be able to help you with that. That should be the first place that you go, because I was obsessed with one of the things that Stacey Howard would always call me about was exactly like what she was going to say, what her angle was, what I thought about this, did I think this was a better idea, and that's what you're supposed to use your manager for. Some of the managers are better at that than others, but especially the ones that have been around for a long time. For any of the rookies, that's the first stop. Talk to your manager. That's part of the game. You want to be doing that. You want to be rehearsing. You want to be figuring out, like, living, like Kristian said, living in your character and figuring out what exactly they would do or say. So it's
also built in wrestling. It's not easy to be the heel, because people, if you do it effectively, people don't like you. Like, they're not supposed to, and people are yelling at you, and people are saying things about you, and people are, constantly, like when Roka was a great heel in like 2016, up into the fact when people started cheering for him, and then we had to turn him. Same thing. Like Andrew Guy, same thing. And I'm not talking about great characters. I'm talking heels. Character, I don't think anybody beats Guy, Roka, and Walentowski, the three top characters, I think, all time. But yeah. So. Anyway, all right, let's get to some more of these questions.
Those are actually all. Did you answer the 3 Schmoedown draft picks, the first 3?
Oh no, we didn't answer that. So I posted this morning people that I thought, because I think are in the conversation. I think Dimolanta is in the conversation. I think Laura Kelly's in the conversation. I think Mara Kanopik is in the conversation. Molly Damon is in the conversation. And then Mark Riley.
Danny Green Can't Shoot donated $20. Is Val Venis a heel?
Absolutely. Val Venis was a heel. Yeah, absolutely. So what's Attitude Era did blur all those lines. There's no doubt about it. Someone says 80s wrestling was very black and white. Attitude Era blurred the lines, and it has become difficult to pull off. Like, there's the way that it is now is everybody goes back and forth every 3 seconds. It's one of the things like you really can't watch about WWE anymore. It's just I just don't know who I'm supposed to root for or who I'm not supposed to root for anymore. And maybe I'm just more of an old school fan, but yeah, so
I'm looking at my whiteboard on my fridge right now because I have.
Yeah, what do you think, Rox? I mean, I guess you don't want to give anything away, but
no. But here's what I will say, just kind of vaguely. I think that when you look at what Kaiser's doing, he obviously needs one of a couple of different things, but probably he has to go with like an IG player, and it makes most sense to me that he would probably take who would want to be with Dan Murrell. So I think that if you guys put 2 and 2 together there, then you can figure out what I think Kaiser's doing. When it comes to Sam, I think it's clear that he can go in one of a couple directions. He has 3 power players, which means that no matter how he teams them, he's going to need a 4th power player if he wants to put together 2 teams. So he could either do that, or he could start to build up his IG or his Star Wars, because he really needs that. And then when you look at Kate, she's got a lot of holes she's got to deal with right now, but she's got a bunch of draft picks to do so. I think very early on, she probably is going to have to take either a Star Wars person or an IG person, probably more likely Star Wars, because she'll have a better shot being like a real contender in that.
Right.
That's what I think for the first 3 picks.
That's fair. Yeah. So who do you think though for sure won't be there by the time you pick?
Well, I think Mara's going to be gone. I think that Laura Kelly's going to be gone. I think that Dimolanta is going to be gone. I think that Thomas Harper's going to be gone. I think those are going to be who's gone.
Wow. Interesting. All right. Well,
Michael Red Dingus also asked, where do you think Brother Loomis will go?
I mean, where I think he should go and will go are 2 different things. Where I think he should go to either the Exchange or to the Dungeon. That's where I'd like to see him end up, but he could go anywhere. Yeah, or corruption. Those 3. I think he belongs in one of those 3. But it just depends if the managers want him or not. But those are the 3 that I think he should go for sure.
If you were taking the first pick, who would you take, Kristian?
Right now, probably Mara. Probably Mara, because I think that because I know that A, she has a title shot. B, I know how her study, I know the kind of photographic memory that she has, and that she's going to be able to comfortably do it from her home.
If I was taking the first pick, I would also take Mara.
Yeah, it just makes sense. And especially if Kaiser winds up doing it, I don't know what he's going to do, but if he does, I know that Smets and Mara are close.
Mark_Jason_Ali donated $20. Rocho answered this yesterday but did like to hear from the chairman and a manager of the year in our hearts, Roxy. But how did you decide what players were in the free agency? Rocho said it was about rankings.
What the hell is he talking about?
What players were in the free agency?
Why were the 24 people featured on Friday?
He said that's
those 24.
Rokas sometimes just answers things and doesn't have any answer of what's true. He said it was because of the rankings. Is that what he said, Alex?
Yes, I believe so.
Wait,
that is
I don't
inaccurate.
even understand what that means.
Yeah, he's
No, behind the
what the hell is
scenes,
he
you guys
talking about?
asked us who we were giving offers to.
It's just basically the way I don't. No, I don't think that's what he meant. Someone sent me a clip of what if that's the case, because that makes no sense whatsoever. No, basically the managers were given were saying, hey, look, the only people that are not available are Adam Collins, Mike Kalinowski, and Chance Ellison. Anyone else is on the board, and you can go out and make offers to. So make offers to 3 or more players, and then once those offers are made, let us know. And those are the people that will be on the on the special, because then I'll know who's going where, and if there were a couple players that were actually given multiple offers, but there you go. So that's what that's how it worked. So that makes no sense. That it had nothing to do with rankings at all. I mean, at all.
I don't even understand what he means.
I don't either. Yeah, nothing to do
What
with
part
rankings.
had to do with rankings?
Roka said
Like,
the players featured on SEN were there because of rankings. No, that's incorrect. 100%
What?
incorrect. Yeah,
Well,
that's
let
what
him know about that.
yeah. Ryan Payne said. Roka said the players featured on SEN were there because of rankings. False. All right, what's next?
That was all of the Streamlabs, but we can
Impressions?
get into impressions.
Yeah, what do we got?
We got Chris Walken and Silvio trying to buy the vaccine in a Chinese store owned by Watto, but Yoda offers the real one.
Okay.
Why is that? Okay.
Alright.
Chinese. All right.
What?
Yeah,
So,
you
trying to find this thing. I don't know if it's here, but someone said it was. Is it?
We got a lot of different options over here. You might need to be a little more specific. You looking for a death stick or a life stick?
Listen, I want the vaccine. Last time I came in, you gave me a vial of bleach to put in my body. I want the actual vaccine that they created, please.
Did the bleach not work?
I don't want any hydrochloroquine or anything like that. Please just supply me with something from Moderna or Pfizer. Or one of the legitimate,
Legitimate? Are you not calling me legitimate? I'm a businessman. I give you what you need.
Real this is. Wait in line for 14 hours, you shall.
I got a slowpoke up front here. We're trying to get the line moving.
I don't understand. Who am I dealing with? Is that Yoda or Christopher Walken? I don't know what's worse.
I'll take your vaccine, Yoda. Do you think you could let me in the line a little bit?
I mean, come on. Gurusimo Tat says this is first level cringe. That is how we've been rated here. He comes out, he says, hey, where's Schmoes? No, I don't know. This is what I say, first level cringe. I'm going to reuse cringe. Oh, who uses that word? Every internet troll. Thank you.
Can I say how I know that it was great was because I don't usually laugh, and Brett fucking got me that time.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't even know.
Yeah. So Travis Gilbert gives us an update right now. Brett is at 96 on stereo.
What?
Which is great. I'm at 236, and Alex has got 27. So, guys, we are at 1134 right now, and what are you laughing at?
Alex
Looks like Mario the way he,
I missed
it's
Alex's
me,
dance.
Alex.
Oh, nice. All right. So I have so if we can get the 300 by the time I do my show, it'd be amazing. So if we're able to, please head on over there. And if you didn't know, once again, stereo.com/Kristian Harloff, you guys can submit questions, audio questions out there. Maybe like, hey, I thought this was Schmoes. No, is it? You can put whatever you want out there. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
So
for all you know, Kristian, it was a legitimate question.
Yeah,
could be. It very well might be.
Do you remember? They're testing our memories. Do you remember?
Do you remember
when
that this used to be Schmoes? No. I mean, maybe so. Maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe no. Who knows?
I've been hitting the pen a lot recently, so I don't remember that. But I hear you.
It's killing me. I haven't been able to smoke in like a month.
Oh, why?
Driving me nuts because I had this stupid thing where
the cough thing. Yeah.
I had a cough and it's so much so that it was coughing. I was like, oh shit, I got the vid, and I went and got that stupid thing stuck in my nose. And I didn't have it, and then it just stood there. So I got on a steroid and all this crap, and now I don't want to hit it because I feel like it's going to trigger it again. So
yeah, maybe
someone's
some
going to
edibles.
eat something. I know.
Last time you did it, I think HBO Max announced their whole movie slate.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? Was I stoned
That's
during
what
it?
happened.
Should be. All right, what's the next impression?
All right, the last one for today is Walken and Watto, Harloff, and Yoda taking sides on Kong versus Godzilla.
It's great.
I think Kong's gonna win. I think he's got all the hair. I liked having the feathers. Did you know Roka went in deep explanation yesterday about how dinosaurs were supposed to have feathers, but they said no.
The other day I was so frustrated I yelled out joyful my life. The neighbor heard joyful my wife.
Censoring the fuck.
What was it supposed to say?
Fuck my life.
Oh, and the guy thought he said fuck my wife.
That's how I start every morning. Yoda, how do you feel about the
Kong versus Godzilla? Yeah, the conversation. It sounds like a mixture of like John Travolta also.
Yeah, no.
Zilla scales, he has fire, he breathes, brushes teeth better, he should.
Someone just sent me this, Brett. I'm gonna take a break on this impression because it's driving me bananas. Let me
Don't you want to hear me do Kong?
No, we'll go back.
Godzilla.
You won't hear me throw out my voice anymore.
No, this is from Christopher Corcoran.
Lottie would agree to that.
What if you're walking down the street and somebody goes, it's a flathead! It's a flathead! It's a flathead! 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 Zap! Flathead! It's a flathead! 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 It's a flathead! Flathead! Flathead!
Oh wait, holy! I gotta play the video, dude. The video is out of control. This guy just sent this. Let me share this. Hold on.
You guys remember that song "Cut"? That's what that sounds like.
Wait, check this out. Where is this? This is the desktop. I gotta get to. Where can I find it? I can't.
The green share.
Yeah, no, I have the share. I'm trying to find where. I guess there it is. All right, are we seeing the?
We're seeing it.
Okay, here we go. See it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lottie would agree to that.
What if you're walking down the street and somebody goes, it's a flathead! It's a flathead! It's a flathead! 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 Zap! Flathead goes! It's a flathead! 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 It's a flathead! 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 Flathead!
Oh my God, that's so good.
Lottie would agree to that.
What if you're walking down the street and somebody goes, it's a flathead!
That was great. There's
$20. Brett, your Walken is pretty good, but it's missing something. It needs more cowbell, baby. Also, can you play him more seductively? Let's have Walken entice Mickey Mouse to be in more Disney movies. Walken for Quicksilver. New year, new impressions.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I do like how there's a Flirt and Flouse has made a comeback. Did you guys see the other Flirt and Flouse song? The one I sent it to Brett. This one came in. This is from Travis Gomez, who he had done this once before, but he did an update to his song. Rox, I don't know if you've ever seen this one
I
before.
didn't see this. No.
Did you ever see this one? Hold on, I'll play it. This one's phenomenal. This is my favorite.
Who's that guy? Well, his name's a flirt in flowers. Where he lives in a sausage house.
Is this Alex?
What he do? Well, he drinks up all your beer. Where he go? Well, you know he disappear. Why do you disappear? Yeah. What happened to my beer? Won't you come back here? Come and say goodbye. Come and say goodbye. Who is that guy? Well, his name's a flirt in flowers. Where he lives in a sausage house. What he do? Well, he drinks up all your beer. Where he go? Well, you know he disappear. So flirt in flowers.
So you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. This one.
That was pitch meeting. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, thank you to Travis for that. It was really funny.
That's great.
All right, so let's.
Yeah, go ahead. Did you want to get to that impression?
Yeah, which one? I thought that we just did.
Talking Mickey into
Walken and Tyson
Charlie
Mickey Mouse
Brown
to be in more
donated
Disney
$20.
movies.
Apologies if this has been asked, but how was the slate of Schmoedown competitors that were on the show determined? I would think that more than 21 competitors received offers. How did you determine who chose teams first? Thanks, hi Brett.
So the again, it had nothing to do with rankings. And basically what would happen is there were a bunch of people that were given offers, and then there were certain people who, if they had multiple offers, they would be presented in an order where like there was someone who
Skycocker donated $20. No, wait. My mistake. Fanny Kinski Cocker donated $2,000.
No.
I'm sorry, that's never happened before. We get a big donation and I botch it. It's funny how things like that happen. Anyways, I should get to this guy's question before it runs out of.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. All right, good bit. A good bit.
Danny Green Can't Shoot donated $20.
This is when they start coming in,
follow
huh?
you on
Ian?
stereo when our team become champs.
Perfect.
Cool. So see you like
Downloading it right now.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
download it right.
late.
Well, Roxy, I mean, Roxy, you have your show at what time today?
In an hour.
In an hour. Okay, so you probably I don't know if you'd be able to join us, but I'm gonna be I'm gonna be on stereo at 12 o'clock. If you're able to join us, please do. Anybody over there, once again, it's stereo.com/Kristian Harloff. And it is, I'm trying to think how many people I have right now on there, because I'm trying to get to 300 by the time we end today's show. That would be great. Right now I'm at 243. So we need about just another 60 people to join on over to stereo.com/Kristian Harloff. All right, I thought we did this impression again. What is it?
Christopher Walken enticing Mickey Mouse to be in more Disney movies.
Okay, go ahead. Who's Mickey Mouse?
Curtis the Cine Maniac donated $20.
I can be Mickey Mouse.
Could we get Walter keep asking Arnold what's best in life, but Arnold keeps giving him a different answer than the Conan quote?
Can we do this? Let's do this. Let's do this tomorrow because I want to have the impression. We got to do a rule where we try to bring impressions down to like at least like maybe like 5 a day. But let's we'll do what was the last one? The Arnold one. We'll do that one, and then we'll do the Mickey Mouse one, and we'll call it a day.
Cool.
Watto keep asking Arnold, what's best in life, and Arnold keeps giving him a different quote.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey Arnold, what's best in life?
I'm Detective John Kimball.
What's best in life?
I'm a cop, you idiot.
No, I'm asking what's best in life?
It's not a tumor.
What's best in life?
Theo sluts.
What's best in life?
Ha! Rob laughs at you.
What's best in life?
Hey, Sully, you remember when I told you I'd kill you last? I lied. Thank you so much. All right, let's go. Last one. Who's Mickey Mouse or Roxy's Mickey Mouse?
Roxy's
go ahead.
gonna do it.
Yeah, what's the actual thing?
I'm trying to get you to do more movies.
Oh.
Mickey, I know you're over 90 years old. Why don't you get back into the movie biz and do some stuff on the Disney Plus?
Minnie won't let me.
I think you should take a look at The Mandalorian. It's a great Star Wars show that hasn't become toxic yet.
I'm so proud.
Pac-Man Dwain donated $20. Hey guys, this behind TG curtain question, but for everyone, what is some stuff you love from your job, industry, and what's some stuff you hate or like to change all your rock? Hey Kristian, if I want to get into Star Wars book, what should I start with?
My coworkers.
Yes.
Thank you, Ryan. As far as Star Wars book, I mean, I always recommend Lost Stars. I think that's a really good one to start with, and it takes you through the original trilogy. So start with Lost Stars for sure. Roxy, you sounded like you were walking down the street and somebody stuck a broom in your ass, like in the middle of it. It's just like
maybe it was a watch.
Maybe it's a watch. But imagine Roxy, do the same thing. I want you to start talking as you, and then imagine that you're ordering food, and right as you're ordering, someone stuck a broom in your ass, and do that voice. Go ahead. That's not even what I.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Hey, Minnie.
Ready I am.
All right, there we go. All right, listen to me.
I'm pretty sure that was spot on.
It was great.
It was. You go.
Is that a sound clip we had?
It's Roxy.
I know. I didn't know we had that sound clip. It's amazing.
My ass you go. That's what I'm saying. Wow.
I think Elmo and Yoda were talking about being puppets and having somebody's fist up their butt all the time. And
guys, yeah. I'm officially on stereo.
Hey.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
Roxy has 7,000 followers already.
No, I have no. Somebody come be my first follower. I already have one. Thank you, Travis.
Is it just that Roxy Striar?
Yeah, and I made my earrings stars.
Okay, so we're gonna. I like what you did there.
Apparently, I made myself very tan. I was just trying to quick.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
I randomized it. I'm an old man.
Mash donated $20. I didn't know Stitch was Mickey Mouse. Rock stars for the win.
Wait, does that sound like Stitch, too?
I guess so.
To me, it doesn't. Like,
you're pretty tan. You should not do that.
I literally don't know how to change that. How do I do that?
This profile. You have 8 followers now. You have 8 followers.
How do I change that? I am.
There's a way to do it. You just gotta go to the profile. Show us some class.
You gotta scroll. I have the same problem. Like, there's nothing that represents my creamy whiteness, but you kind of go across. There's something there.
Not in hairstyle. Is it in head? Oh yeah, it's in head. All right. Well, I like to be tan, but I have to be realistic.
Oh my goodness. Be realistic. Is that you for real?
I didn't do that on purpose.
I noticed that Saul is in the chat. Saul, I need you to be on stereo, because if I don't have at least one Saul voice question in my stream at 12 o'clock, I'm going to be very upset. Right now I'm at 248 followers. I'm going live at 12 o'clock. A reminder again, stereo.com/. Kristian Harloff, and make sure that you head on over there. What is it? It's basically, I'm going to be out there. I'll be talking about a bunch of things, and we'll be answering questions. And it's really to be interactive on a Q&A level with you guys, where you can send in voice questions and get your voice questions in there, and I will answer it. And I'll have some conversations with you guys. Starts at 12 o'clock, and we'll be doing it every day after SEN until about April or longer, but right now it's definitely until April. Brett's going to be on there with me maybe tomorrow, and we're going to do we'll do maybe as a Flirt and Flouse one. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So good on over there.
Guess what?
What?
I have 58 followers.
58?
Passing me.
3 seconds.
Keep it coming, guys. Get them in. This is so cool. Thank you guys so much for following me on all my future endeavors.
Well, if you got 58, then I should be at 300. You're at 60, Rox.
Yeah,
you're
she's at 60.
And what are you, Brett?
She barely finished her avatar and got 60.
I'm on the road to 100. I'm a star. I'm a
star. Brett's at 115. All right, good. Okay, good.
That's in 2 days, Roxy. I got that. You're gonna pass.
You know, I want to get there, and also I changed my skin color because I don't want to be called out for that. So that's
so there you go. Switch it up. So once again, guys, head on over there and check it out, and make sure that you head on over to stereo.com /Kristian Harloff /Brett Sheridan /Roxy Striar /Alex Marzona. Follow everybody over there, because we're going to be doing shows, and it's a lot of fun, and we want to try and show Stereo how powerful the SEN community is, and get us up into the charts there. And we're going to be doing a lot of good shows. I mean, I'm pretty excited.
I want to hit 100 by the end of the day.
Is that
end of the day? You probably hit it by the end of the show.
That's me.
That's a good representation.
I just randomized it.
Yeah, I meant by the end of the show.
By the end of the show, I think so.
By the end of the show, I want to do it. We're currently at 70. Keep going, people.
Yes. So, all right, Turds.
I'm going to do a competitor show at noon for you.
Perfect.
Keep it going, people.
Well, good. Then Roxy, you do that, because then ask me if I'm going to help you get verified.
I'm not really gonna do it.
Okay. All right. Let's.
It was a joke. I'm making.
It was a joke. Oh, okay. Let's call it a day, ladies and gentlemen.
No. She's
what do you mean? Oh, you want to try to? All right. Let's see. So here's the goal. Here's the goal. We're looking for one more Schmoebot. Let's see if we can get one more Schmoebot today. And if we get one more Schmoebot, we'll keep the show going until if we can get another Schmoebot in the next 3 minutes. Then we'll keep the show on until 12. So let Roxy try to get to 100 by the end of the episode.
I actually sent you an interesting story to talk about, and you and Alex both didn't want to talk about it.
What was it? The Wandavision? What was it?
Black Widow runtime.
Oh yeah.
2 hours and 13 minutes. I mean, I don't know how interesting a story that is. I never understand why people put those stories out there. So we'll figure out how long it is when I watch the fucking thing.
No, I'll go fuck myself with a broom up my butt then.
Yeah.
That's a sound clip right there.
Yeah. Okay. Write that one down real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
I do have something. I do have something to say. It is a little bit of a downer. I'm sorry for bringing it up, but I just want to say rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. It's the 1 year anniversary since his passing away. Him and his daughter Gianna. I remember that day, like when I got out of church service, and then like seeing that I was like miles away from where the helicopter crashed, and then I ended up going to see Jojo Rabbit because I needed to see something uplifting that day, and I ended up going to the Alamo Draft House, and I walked over to LA Live, and there was tons of people out there outside of the Staples Center, just like putting flowers and for a memorial for him. And it was just one of those things where it's like, no matter how hard you work, life can hit you at any time, and it's a good reminder that live your life to the most potential. And
Sheeny donated $20. Roxy, your wish is my command.
Oh, there we go. So we got
agreed, Alex.
All right, you got it in there.
I just followed you. I like your avatar.
Oh, you just started following me now? That's real nice. You should assume the first thing you did. You're at 76 right now, though. So that's good.
Well, I started following the people who followed me. Like Brett followed me, so I hit follow back, and Ryan followed me, I hit follow back, but you didn't do that.
I just did. So right now I'm at 258. I'm trying to get to 300 by the end of the show.
300.
You're trying to get to 100, and Brett's trying to get to what, 150?
I'm 127 now.
Look at that, Brett. Brett, you're close, man. You're doing good. So it's perfect.
I actually popped off and did a show while you guys were talking to Schmoedown.
I'm sure. Box donated $20 for Chunk. Also, R.I.P. Kobe Bean Bryant.
Yes.
I love being Chunk.
You do?
Yeah.
There you go.
You kidding?
I believe it.
Best.
We got another one coming
Guy
in.
Rush _3 would donated $20.
Thanks.
Tom Brady.
Oh.
Okay.
Man.
Ooh.
All the haters out there. Did you see all the tweets? Every single tweet that was like,
Oh, I'm
he's a
not following.
cheater.
Someone just made it clear that I'm not following Ryan or I didn't even Ryan was on
It's
this.
okay. It's okay. I don't need it. I don't need
what is it? Is it Ryan? Is it Ryan Nilsen?
Just my name.
Follow
Ryan
me
Nilsen.
too, Christian.
Right. Take it easy. Don't brag.
Get me to 69 followers by the end of the day.
My bio is. Oh, I thought we got another one.
Alex, I'm following you now.
Yay.
Oh, your avatar's so cute.
I don't know how to change the tattoos. Like I randomized it to put tattoos on my eyes.
I didn't say. I'm following Alex, aren't I? No, I'm not.
I
You're right.
want to use this just for these avatars. They're so great.
I'm telling you, Rox. Once you get a hold of it of what it is, remember. So when you do your show, when you do one, you have they will send in like it's a great way to do like a Q&A show because people will send in questions and it's a lot of fun. So make sure that you guys go and do that. Once again, it is stereo.com/Kristian Harloff, Brett Sheridan, Roxy Striar, Ryan Nilsen, Alex Marzona, the whole 9 yards, everybody. So, and then one more thing, just to let everybody know, if you didn't know about Stereo, it's a free live broadcast social platform. It allows you to have real conversations in real time. It allows podcast creators to build a more intimate relationship with their fan base by engaging them in direct conversations because you guys are able to record a question and send it directly to the creator. I had a lot of fun doing that, obviously, yesterday. We're excited to offer all of our listeners a new way to interact with us. So join today if you didn't do it. If you are listening on the replay, make sure that you do that. The link is in the description of this video. And you can also, if you're listening on audio, just go and type it in stereo.com/Kristian Harloff and the rest of the crew as well. So you can engage with the platform to listen in, seek out topics, join conversations about issues and ideas that interest you. It's great. You can provide your scheduled date and your time for your Stereo live talk, and you can provide your own unique URL, which is awesome. So, okay.
Do you see the accessories?
You can tell me about it. Tell me about it next time.
50
All right,
Shades
guys.
of Geek donated $20.
Thank
Sorry, didn't
What's
really know
happening?
what to write.
What's happening?
I was nervous.
That was good, actually. That was really creepy. It was good. Okay, listen.
Wow.
Thank you guys for all that. I'm 33 away from 300, so hopefully I
Get it.
Hopefully I'll hit 300 by the time this goes to replay.
You're gonna do
How about Roxy? What do you got, Rox?
I'm at 89. I need 11 more.
Sorry, Rox. All
I
right,
need
listen.
11 more.
I'm about to start my show, so I'm going on over to Stereo right now. If you guys, if you joined, you'd be able to continue on in the fun, and it's free. Doesn't cost you anything, and you can ask questions. You can do whatever you want. Head on over there right now, Stereo. All right, guys. For Ryan, and Alex, and Roxy, and Brett, all you guys, thank you very much. I'll see you in 3 minutes over on stereo.com. Peace.